Hey guys, today we're going to take a look at technology for transforming and learning and leading in our classroom. So, technology resources in teaching with learning. Technology productivity, teacher productivity with technology is the ability to identify hardware and software that we can use in a classroom for our students. So when I'm talking hardware, what am I talking about? Well, I'm sorry, this is a bunch of vocab, and I know it's not a vocabulary class, but academic language is important, as you guys know. So internet network, this is what gives us access to the internet, computers, this can be desktop or laptop, handheld technologies, you're very familiar with your cell phones and tablets, display technology, smart boards like the new fabulous one we have in classroom here, imaging technologies, digital cameras, Oculus headset, which is fabulous fun, by the way, peripherals, keyboard, mouse, microphone, and then you've got your external storage devices like your flash drive, and then online computing like Google Drive or iCloud for those of you Mac users out there. So now there's really three categories. You can use technology that's instructional, in other words, it's designed to teach, so tutorials, simulations, games. You have technology that's meant for creation, which helps plan so that people can communicate and collaborate together. This is things like word processing, spreadsheets, email. And then you have technology that's meant for administrative purposes, for supporting record keeping. So common software that's found in schools. A lot of you guys know I work for Mac or Microsoft Office, Open Office. Sometimes there's cloud-based. You have access to Microsoft 365 through school. Well, most of us use Google as far as Docs. So different things like that. Then there's also specialty software. Some of you might have Photoshop or Acrobat Pro or Adobe. And then there's mobile software that can be on your your phones or your tablets. And then you have to consider file change compatibility as far as the software you're using. So ODF, open document format, or PDF, a portable document format. So how does this align with pedagogical approaches? So whole class instruction, when you're using lecture or demonstration, you can use all of those things. When you're looking at whole class simulations or independent work, you're going to need things that are either mobile cart, computer labs, or one-on-one devices. And then when you're looking at the flipped or inverted pedagogy, in other words, you're doing the lecture outside of class and then information and more active problem solving in class, you'll need things like a computer lab or students where it's bring your own devices or one-to-one computing. And then you also have stations or centers. You want to use those. That's the one time where you can just have a one computer classroom because students can rotate through that one station. If you want collaboration, you're going to need more than one computer. So you'll need either mobile carts or one-on-one computing. If you want independent learning, you can also use a one computer station in your classroom where students can go visit that station for that independent learning. Now, technology expertise. You guys have already been watching videos on the IST Standards for Educators. This is the International Society for Technology and Education, and they are the go-to people as far as standards. And I realize these standards, you're probably already familiar with a bunch of these just from what we've studied so far in the videos you've seen. So according to their standards, they want to develop learners and leaders and citizens and collaborators and designers and facilitators and analysis or analysts, people who are expanding and doing different types of assessments. Now, when we're looking at technological pedagogy and content knowledge framework, they sort of overlap with one another. So what you see as far as your technological pedagogy and then your content knowledge pedagogy and your technical content knowledge pedagogy, they all sort of overlap and intertwine, and it's important to be, you're going to hate this pun, but well-rounded, as you can see from the circles here, as far as your content knowledge, your technical knowledge, your pedagogical knowledge. All of that has to be present for you as a teacher. So what happens is you need to create networks of professional learning for you as an educator. And there's great benefits to being a connected educator. You're motivated to learn and engage, and it gives you access to different perspectives and inspiration to try new things. I know a lot of you at the start of the year will look at different sites to get ideas for what you want to do in your classroom. It gives you feedback, you're engaging with other people, and it creates meaningful relationships. Now, there are challenges because you're going to need the internet. And sometimes reliance on the internet or internet reliability can be an issue depending on where you live. And frankly, when we're teachers, we're tired when we get home. And so there's little time to engage in additional work. But don't think of it as more work. This is interesting things that you are researching and looking into. So when you want to build a professional online identity, you have to figure out what your own strengths are. What are you good at? What do you want to share with other people? And then choose a focal digital platform to share that. And then you want to build consistent professional digital presence, and then expand this presence by social networking, and then publicize what it is you're good at, and then engage with others in discussions. So, rationale for educational technology. First off, technology can be transformative. So technology motivates and engages students because it gets their attention, it encourages higher level thinking. It's real world evidence that they can grab and work with, and allows them to create and connect to audiences and collaborate with one another. So also, how does technology support learning needs? Well, technology is great because it allows students to visualize abstract concepts. You can have the spreadsheets and the simulations such as like Desmos to answer the what if I change the points on this line. It allows you to connect to unique data and creates a place for self-paced learning. Technology is great as far as helping to circumvent areas of students' disabilities. It helps save time and individualizes learning and practice. And you can get sources very, very quickly through technology. So how does it prepare them for the future? Well, some really important things we talked about through the ISTE standards: digital literacy and digital citizenship, and being a multimodal media consumer and producer. So that is how technology will help our kids.